Hi everyone, this is Becky Mosier, and for my assignment today, I'm going to be covering what is counting macros and how do I do it. I'm using Screencast-O-Matic to record and narrate and PowerPoint presentation for the slides. We're going to go into a website later, which is why I really wanted to also narrate so I could show you how to get there. So today we're going to cover what are macronutrients, learn how to calculate your daily requirements, explain how you can use them to lose, gain, or maintain weight, and then how to track your daily macronutrients using MyFitnessPal application, which is the one I chose to use, though there are many different applications out there. Many people have heard of counting macros before, some may not. There's a difference between clean eating versus counting macros. Clean eating, you might be eating lean and green, where when it comes to counting macros, you can have whatever foods you like so long as they fit in your daily macro numbers, which we'll go over. So it's all a matter of your own choice. Whether you want it to be a lifestyle or not is up to you, but I just wanted to provide this information. So first, we're going to cover what are macronutrients. Macronutrients, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, are chemical elements that are essential in large amounts for the growth and health of a living organism. The three major macronutrients that we're going to talk about mostly today and cover, because that's what you use to, quote, track your macros, are carbohydrates, protein, and fat. A micronutrient, just to give you an idea, the difference between macro and micro is essential in smaller amounts for growth and health of a living organism. So you need less of this than you do those other three. So vitamin C, calcium, and others. So the first one we'll cover is carbohydrates, which when most people think of carbs, they might think of pasta, potatoes, potato chips, or things like that. But there's also carbs in fruit, dairy, beans, vegetables, and grains. The definition in the dictionary is any of various neutral compounds of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, most of which are formed by green plants. This is something to note that there's 4 calories per gram with carbohydrates, and it makes up the largest portion of your diet. We'll go into the specific numbers in a little bit. Protein, most people think of protein, could be protein powder, it could be chicken, tofu, turkey, any meat, eggs, fish, all those things count for protein. There's peanut butter too, but peanut butter also has fat. So the definition it shows here, again, it's any various naturally occurring extremely complex substances that consist of amino acid residue joined by peptide bonds containing these elements. It's a long definition, but for the purpose of this, just keep in mind what might constitute as a protein. So again, fish, eggs, poultry, meat, tofu, etc. And protein has also 4 calories per gram, but they make up 10 to 35% of your daily intake. Fats. Again, there's a definition here. It shows a little bit about the breakdown of the fat, but for the purpose of this presentation, I really want to just cover the types of foods that are fats. So oils like olive oil, coconut oil, butter, avocado, nuts, meats, and fatty fish, and they contain 9 calories per gram and make up 20 to 35% of your daily intake. So we talked a little bit about what those 3 things are, and I gave you a little snippet of an idea as to how much they should break down. But we're going to go over first how to determine what you should be following each day. So first you have to determine your daily calorie goal. Some of us might already know how many calories we want to hit a day. There's a bunch of easy ways to figure it out, but I'm going to just quickly go over the formula, and then I'm going to show you some easier ways to do it. So the formula is written here. For men, it's 10 times your weight in kilograms plus 6.25 times height in centimeters minus 5 times your age in years plus 5 for men. Same formula, but minus 161 for women. Then you're going to multiply it by your activity level. So this is a lot of math here, and got to remember your PEMDAS formula. So sedentary, limited exercise, and if you kind of sit at a desk job, lightly active, says here, exercise less than 3 times a day, up to many workouts. So you're going to multiply your number by that to get your activity level. Now, once you get your number, it's providing you with what your body needs to maintain your current weight. So if you want to lose weight, you need to subtract calories. So there is what's called the caloric deficit. So that way you're going to consume less than what your body needs to maintain. But if you want to gain weight, you're going to add calories. Then you're going to calculate your percentages. So when we went over the initial slides on carbs, fats, and proteins, I kind of gave you a breakdown as to how much that food type should take in your daily amount. So what we're going to go with is your carbs should be 45 to 65% of your calories. Your fats should be 20 to 35% of your calories, and your protein should be 10 to 35%. So here's an example. A 40-year-old female weighing 140 pounds and 5 feet, lightly active. I already did the conversions from pounds to kilograms and from feet to centimeters. So it broke down that I put that she was lightly active. So once I first did the formula, I then got 1,226.5, and then I times that by 1.2 for lightly active. So that shows that in order to maintain weight, I would need, or this 40-year-old female would need 1,471 calories and 0.8. Now, carbs and protein are 4 calories per gram, and fat is 9 calories per gram. So I chose to go with carbs 50%, protein 25%, and fat 25%. So I did 50% of the calories would be 735.9, and then I divide it by 4 because there's 4 calories per gram. So it shows that I need 183.98 grams of carbs a day. And I did the same thing for the fat and the protein. And again, this example is just to maintain current weight, and you can round up or down. You're most likely not going to go to the decimals. Let's make it easier so nobody has to do math. You can go on one of these websites here to actually do like the fitness calculators, and you can go to Google and just Google microcalculators. There are a bunch of them that pop up. The IIFYM stands for If It Fits Your Macros. That one is the one that is great. The protein tends to be a little bit higher, but it sends you your results in an email. You don't have to pay for anything, and you can unsubscribe to the emails, but they send you your results via email. And the bodybuilding.com one, I went on there, and I was able to do that by just doing it directly on the website. It asks you questions. So let's see if I can click over to that now. Okay. So here it asks for your age. We'll use the example 40-year-old female who's 5 feet tall. She weighs, I think I said 140 pounds. Want to do maintenance, fat loss, muscle gain, lightly active, and calculate. So it's a little bit off from what my numbers were there, but every website's going to kind of give you something different. But it shows you here 152 grams, 101 grams, and the fats are 37. Now, there's the range. I chose to go on the lower end for the protein, closer to 25, but it could go up to 35% or more. So that's how that comes up. So this is just one website. Again, you could just go to Google. And once you're on Google, type in macro calculator. And there's a bunch of different ones that will pop up. The IAF one, YM is right here. Again, that's the one I've used in the past. All right. Now, the most important part is how to track your food so that you can actually hit these numbers. One of the things is that you can do it by pen and paper and do it journal style. You can use a smartphone and download the app. There's a couple of different apps. The one I use is MyFitnessPal. And then you can also do it online. So I'm going to show you how to do it right here online. So it's myfitnesspal.com. The biggest thing is that if you don't know, like if you don't have the box in front of you and you don't see what the fat, protein, and carb totals are, then it's going to be hard to guess, right? So the app makes it easy because you can look things up. So I haven't really done it on the website before, but this shows what my numbers are. Um, so 156 grams of carbs, 50 fat, 75 protein. I pay for the subscription where it breaks down my macros, but if you use the non-paid version, it'll show you your calorie goal and you're able to click to see your individual nutrients. So I'm going to click food. And if you want to add a food, see here for breakfast, we're going to click add food and I'll type in I had eggs, search. And one large egg pops up here and I had 2 eggs. I'm clicking the 2 here for breakfast, add to food diary. Now you'll see it shows me the calories, the carbs, the fat, and the protein. Shows sodium as well, but that's not something I really look at too much, although I probably should. And then it gives you the running total of your day. So it's showing me I still have 155 remaining of carbs, fat, and protein.